Rushworth will have a little bit of time to wait. He's just pulling up into his position now, as you can see on the Alpha live stream. And doesn't that Integra look absolutely magnificent? Of course, you might remember the tailgate flew off the car here, heading down towards Stowe at the meeting on the international circuit in August. There's Steve Sawley's car. Having a quick look at Phil Wright, number 63 in his Civic, and there's Ryan Steele's mighty little Saxo, number 5. He's had a pretty good season, has Ryan Steele, 4th in the Class A Championship. I think he'll actually have moved ahead of Ben Leach now, up into 3rd in the Class A Championship, with some good results in the past couple of meetings. So cars still coming into their positions. The first of the classic stock hatch cars getting back onto the grid. That's Andrew Thorpe in the Citroën AX, who had a win out last time out at Snetterton. I can see, but this very big grid of around about 50 cars will be ready to go. There is a great view of the grid from the starters gantry here. They spread all the way back to Woodcote Corner. Big grid of cars in this combined Royal Purple Hot Hatch and Demon Tweeks Yokohama Classic Stock Hatch race. Once the last car is in position, which looks like it's going to be Pete Osgoby's Nova at the back, we'll get the green flag. And then we go for 30 minutes plus 1 lap of racing. In the early race, we managed to get 6 laps out of that. And the red lights now go on. And out they go, and away we go. And it's a pretty good start by, well, all of the first few rows of the grid. There's Ryan Polly getting a good start in his Clare as well. Down towards Copse Corner they go for the first time. It looks like everyone making it through. And heading down towards Marcus Pye for the first time. Who's in front, Marcus?
Well, here they come, and it is just the car of Sawley that has the advantage, as in the first race. From in second place, the Integra of Ben Rushworth. Right behind them looks to be Steele in the little blue Saxo. Out onto the hanger straight they go, and they're still going past me. The last few have just gone through, and we wait for the stock hatch grid, which has Andrew Thorpe at the head of it, scarpering in the little Citroën from Rosier, Stubbington. Then we've got two of the Novas side by side, and behind them we've got Lee Scott, the confirmed as champion this morning, and he's in the thick of things. Here comes Rushworth. Up the outside, he's on the curb going into Vale by the looks of things. Wasn't allowed much room there by Steve Sawley, but he's going to get a lot of speed through the last apex. And here they are, the classic stock hatches in kind of phalanx situation down the hanger straight, 3-4 abreast. And Scott has got past the Nova. Another car's got a bash in the side of it. Looks like a single-digit car. Was it the red Fiesta?
Yeah, possibly Andy Philpott.
Philpott, I think. Yeah. Philpott, I think.
Yeah. There's Ryan Steele in 3rd place then. It looks like Phil Wright in 4th, possibly Tony Perfect in 5th position.
Steve Sawley hanging on me while to go back onto the straight.
Yeah, and he did so for the first lap or so in the first race, didn't he?
He did.
Before Ben Rushworth got past him. And it looks like...
opposite sides of the circuit.
Yeah. Down both of them to the right-hand side as they turn into Brooklands.
That was kind of got away with by the fact that the chaser managed to get out of the hole.
Yeah, absolutely.
You have to do these things occasionally, and you have to rely on your rival to give you some room.
Well, Rushworth has now gone through, but
it's off somewhere else.
He's trying to get back alongside now. Is Steve Sawley, and they're absolutely side by each, Marcus, as they head down into Cups.
Paul War in 98. Is it 98?
26 Paul Brock as well. He's off into the gravel, and Stephen Sawley's off. Stephen Sawley's off at Cops, straight on into the runoff area. And that will have been when he was doing battle with Ben Rushworth, who I presume has survived. Does he come past you, Marcus?
No one's come past me at the moment, but well, I can see Steele.
Rushworth's going slowly past you now.
Yeah, he is. He's going, but he's injured. He's pulling off. He's pulling off the track.
Yeah. So Ryan Steele then leads the race in his Citroen Saxo.
Could this be a fourth winner of the year?
It could be.
Sawley was on the outside going up to Copse, wasn't he?
Yeah.
And yes, they didn't make it.
No, so we didn't see what happened between those two. Something evidently did. They were very close at Brooklands quarter of a lap earlier. Anyway, now
the plucking.
Oh, look at this! A challenge going on. That is the 24 car of Callum Hoochan up the inside of, I think, Tony Perfect. This for what will be now third position in the race, because of the demise of the first two at the beginning of the second lap of the race.
Safety car in.
Right, safety cars coming out, so that's not really surprising. With quite a few cars we saw are off.
The two cars are off out of my sight. They're this end of the circuit, but
Ben Rushworth broken wheel, and that's a sign of contact. Left front wheel onto the right hand side of Stephen Sawley's car, surely.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and limp it to, well, I was going to say a slightly safer position. He's getting back onto the circuit, isn't he? So whether he's trying to limp it back to the pits.
It's not going to hold too much air for very long, I don't think.
It's not. It's still quite close between these cars. I mean, I don't think they've got to the safety car yet, have they? They're heading down into your part of the circuit through Village and now the Loop.
I don't think Ryan Steele can believe his luck here, because he's half the length of the straight ahead of anyone else. And then, of course, you'll see the car with the lights flashing and think, we'll do it all again.
Yeah, he has, although really he's not got any of the Class A cars to worry about particularly. The Class A car that's left in the race will be Jonathan Swift, and he will need to make up quite a few places to challenge, because he's got half a dozen Class B cars between him. So Ryan Steele comes through now, and he does see the safety car boards now. So presumably the safety car is waiting at the exit of Copse to pick them up.
The 26, which is Paul Brock, that's now just been driven up the internal road. It's all sorts of bits of gravel are dropping out of the bottom of it. But it's fine. It's been recovered by the marshals. Yeah, great job. Actually, not a lot of marshals per post out on the Grand Prix circuit, which of course means that it's quite difficult to marshal.
Yeah. Meanwhile, yes, I think the drivers are now seeing the yellow flags. In the classic stock hatch, it is, as I'll try and get the right page on my timer screen. There we are. In classic stock hatch, it's Landry Thorpe leading from Matt Rosier in second, Matthew Stubbington third, Lee Scott fourth, Ted Cooper fifth, and Stuart Place in sixth position. And of course this will close Thorpe. I mean, it was almost on the slower hot hatch cars anyway, but it'll be right with them now as they come through to complete their second lap. Of course, it's only a 13-minute plus 1 lap race.
And that's the problem. It's only going to cut this back to about 5 laps, isn't it?
Yeah, at best, depending on how quickly that's done. You can see, well, I can see on one of the circuit CCTV screens that Stephen Sawley's car is well off into the gravel trap at Copse Corner. Lewis has got news, I think.
Yeah, I was going to say the 78. I think it was 78. I'm not 100% sure now it was. It couldn't have been. It must be. I'm not sure it was actually. The stock hatch just came in and needed a bonnet fixer, and one of the nice McKee and Meelan team mechanics fixed the bonnet for the Peugeot. I'm not quite sure.
Limping down the Wellington Straight is Ben Rushworth. Meanwhile, so you might steel yourself for an opportunity here, Lewis, when he comes in. I guess he may not be ultra happy.
Possibly not. No.
Far from gruntled, I think is the term.
Yeah. We heard earlier on that Ben's got plans for this car for next season. So he's heading through Luffield Corner, Brooklands and Luffield, and he'll head back into the pit lane in a moment. Possibly Lewis will be able to have a word with him. Meanwhile, the marshals doing great work as ever around the circuit to try and clear things and get us back underway as soon as possible. Where's the safety car at the moment, Muggs? Can you see that with you?
Oh, that's down on the sort of Grand Prix loop, so to speak.
Okay. That's the far end of the track.
I can just see it approaching Thrabby now. All I can see is this bright sunlight. And there, yes, there's a train of cars approaching through it.
Yeah, I've just had to switch my TV screens around so the one with the live stream on I can actually see.
Yep, I've done exactly the same thing.
Because the sun wasn't being terribly helpful. But yeah, I can now see what I'm talking about, which has its advantages. So there is Rushworth. Into the pit lane he goes. You can't see the damage on that side of the car because you've got Sawley on his outside. I think he's going to head further down the pit lane. So Lewis and Harry, our cameraman, will try and head down to the far end of the pit lane. There's the safety car. It's just heading up the Wellington straight then, and there's our classic stock catch leader, number 9, Andrew Thorpe. Now, I just wonder if there's any prospect of the race getting back underway this time around, because I don't think so, because the safety car lights are still on and it's almost at Brooklyn. So I think it's going to be at least one more lap under the safety car. So we might get just about 2 laps at the end of this, maybe.
Disappointing, but running. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I mean, we are, as things stand, not doing too badly for time and daylight, and although of course we've now got an hour less light than we had last night, it probably isn't going to be that much different actually, because we do have sun this evening, which is something that was conspicuous by its absence yesterday.
Ben's body language was dischuffed.
Yeah. It'll be fascinating to see how Ben presents this on his social media accounts. You'll see his Instagram and his YouTube and his Facebook posts, no doubt, after the race, with his videos that he post. I'm sure there'll be an interesting one of that incident down there at Copse, with his own assessment of it, which I'm sure will make interesting viewing in the days to come. So cars coming through, so it's Ryan Steele leading after 3 laps then from Philip Wright and Callum Hoochan, but Lewis has got news.
Yeah, I'm down here with Ben Washford. Not too pleased, are you, Ben? You got a damaged front rim on the Honda. Tell us what happened.
I don't really know. We had a bit of contact with Steve Sawley. He's gone off. I hope he's okay. I don't think there was anything malicious involved. We were just side by side, and he turned in a bit too early from the outside before he got past. We weren't even really at the corner yet, because I braked real early so that he wouldn't spear into the pit wall. So I don't know. I think he was just getting quite keen, because he said he really wanted to win this one. So, you know, a broken alloy wheel. I hope he's okay. You know. Me and Steve got on well, so I'm not going to accuse him of anything. It's all right.
Okay.
I hope he's all right.
Well, we hope so too. And yeah, looks the car, okay, will be fit for another day.
Yeah. I don't think it's too much. It should be all right.
Okay, Ben. Thanks very much for that.
Cheers.
So there we go. I have to say the car does look a bit skew-whiffy as well. I have to say, not quite sitting. It's not quite sitting straight, is it, boys? But
no.
Anyway, that was the problem with the clash. Anyway. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Liz. And while that was being done, I could see that the car has been recovered from.
The lights are out
now
on the safety car by the looks of things.
Okay, so I think it's the safety car will up its pace then to try and give them as much racing time as possible. What have we had? 11.25 minutes, so we should get this lap and then one more, I would think, before the end. So they'll at least have had 4 racing laps.
I should think Ryan Steele's parts pumping, isn't it?
I would think so, but as I say, I think he's got 4 Class B cars behind him, and then you've got Jonathan Swift in the number 7 Honda, which is a Class A car. So you know, he should be fine from a point of view of the overall victory, but of course it would be his first. I mean, he has gone pretty well this season, has Ryan. Let's just have a look. He's had 3 seconds and a 3rd place, 9 times in the top 6, 9 times in the top 10, 4 class podiums this year, so he's had a pretty good season. I don't think he's done quite all of the rounds. Yeah, he wasn't here in August on the international circuit, but
I think it's not a car I've seen previously, because I was here in August.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a pretty mighty little thing. So he's heading them round. As you say, safety car lights are out. Safety car pulling away from them now. It's in Ryan Steele's hands to set the pace. Ready to go. We might not get 2 more laps, because we've only got 12.5 minutes. So yeah, he's hanging back quite a long way from the safety car. So I think it probably will just be 1 lap then that they get at the end of this, because Steele has held back an awful long way. 12:46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Yeah, he's not going to get back round to get 2 laps out of this, I don't think.
He's gone now, hasn't he?
He has gone now, but 30 minutes tick round now, so it'll be the last lap of the race as well then. as Ryan Steele heads onto it now, into green flag racing. He leads then. Philip Wright second, Callum Hoochin third, Tony Perfect fourth, James Alford fifth, and Jonathan Swift in sixth position as they head down into Copse Corner for the first time within this restarted part of the race. And back to you at Maggots and Beckett's.
Yep, as the JCB goes past me on the infield, down into Beckett's goes Ryan Steele with the French blue Citroen Saxo. The Hondas are well spread out behind him. One of the cars came around the outside of the bright green one. Didn't see its number because it was hidden, but that's the car running now in fourth place. There's a good scrap there, and that continues. That was continuing on to the straight. Here we go, really, really close. Three lining up together. And there's a chance.
Yeah, that's Tony Perfect, James Alford, and then Jonathan Swift.
Alford's is that the bright green one?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. He was overtaken around the outside going into Beckett's.
Indeed. So there is Ryan Steele, Philip Wright in second place in the Class B car, and Callum Hoochin third. Used to race a Clio before switching over to the Civics. Down towards the left-hand at Vale they go then, turning their way now through the double right club corner. That's Perfect and Alford, and the Class A car of Jonathan Swift just behind them. Again, Jonathan, the driver, has not done all of the rounds. Ran out very wide there on the exit.
Yeah, he used lots of road, didn't he, and a bit more. Just
behind them you've got Sean Green, you've got Will Hunt in the Fiesta, I can see. Ryan Polly in the Clio, and Scott Edgar in another Clio there. Having entered their Clio 182 season a couple of meetings ago now.
Yeah, they are back into my sight then, and round the loop they come. And powering on to the Wellington Straight for what's going to be the final time, alas. But Steele it is with a good lead from Philip Wright. Down at Abbey though, that's Ted Cooper, isn't it, in the among the stock catches going past Matt Stubbington.
Yeah, I can see a board being readied on the finish line, which I'm wondering is going to be... Yeah, the last lap board is being readied.
They're giving him an extra lap, that's nice.
That is good, that is great stuff. So although we've just gone beyond the 13 minutes when they went past last time, they are giving them another lap. So it'll be 4 laps of racing. That's pretty not what Ryan Steele was hoping to see. But nevertheless, he's got a decent lead over Philip Wright in second place. And coming through in third place, it's the 24 car of Callum Hoochin. Ryan Steele's just in the best lap of the race, a 2:27.10. Ben Rushworth got the lap record earlier on, a 2:26.06. David Drinkwater's well up as well in 11th place overall, just behind Scott Edgar's Fiesta. And then the first of the Golfs, Dan Gibbs, who's gone well in the Golfs this season, he's there in 12th overall.
Considering it's much cooler now, Steele to get that close to the time that Rushworth did this morning is impressive.
Just on the classic stock catches, by the way, it is Andrew Thorpe that leads as they go on to the last lap then from Matt Rosier. Third is Lee Scott, fourth Matthew Stubbington, fifth Ted Cooper, and sixth I think Stuart Place. But there's Ryan Steele heading down the hanger straight towards Stowe for the final time. Jonathan Swift there has got past James Alford now, I think, or Alford is back ahead of him as they go down the straight in the green car. Swift has to tuck him behind. It looked like Swift had got a better exit out of Chapel.
We've got all the classic stocks piling through, and yeah, one of the Golfs, as you say, well up.
Yeah, and a few of those have been racing in the championship this season. It's been good to see. Good to see that. And Dan Gibbs, I think obviously this is a circuit that doesn't suit the Saxos as well, because they're a bit further back, the likes of Rob Fagg.
Yeah, it's not harming the fully modified Saxo, though, is it? Out front in the
true
in the hot hatches.
It's actually pretty close now for third here, because Callum Hoochin has got Tony Perfect and James Alford right behind him. We're going to get a change for the final podium position before we... Oh my word, look at this.
Cooper had come past Scott, hadn't he?
Oh look, Perfect has now got ahead of Hoochin.
Hoochin, he has.
So still not quite perfect, but he's got a podium out of this, potentially. Contact.
There's a touch, yes.
Oh, and Hoochin's had a double whack there by James Alford.
Taken his bumper off.
It has, and he was... I think the innocent victim in all of that. He's not going to get far.
He was going to run over going to run over the bumper and take it home and
grind
it away.
He'll need a new one anyway. There is Steele, though, and he is heading through Woodcote Corner then, up towards the checkered flag this time, and Ryan Steele is our 4th different winner this season in the Royal Purple Hot Hats Championship. He takes the checkered flag, and with that certainly secures his 3rd place in the championship.
Stuart Place bouncing all over the grass, and that was where on the circuit? That was over this way somewhere.
Yeah, I think that was
coming out of Village.
Coming out of Village, yes, and back in towards the loop, and then actually I can see a big dent in the door of
oh, and is that Hoochen has gone bang as well?
Yeah, I think it
or is
has.
That the tyre? Is it the tyre gone down?
I think it's the tyre, possibly. Yes,
yes,
I think
it has.
and he's being passed by David Drinkwater. So our Hot Hats champion goes across the line now as well, and he's just beaten to 10th place by the ailing Hoochen by a couple of tenths of a second. So Steele takes the win from Philip Wright 2nd, Tony Perfect 3rd, Jonathan Swift 4th, James Alford 5th, Sean Green 6th, Ryan Polly 7th, Will Hunt 8th, Scott Edgar 9th, Callum Hoochen 10th, David Drinkwater winning Class C in 11th, and over the line now to win the Classic Stock Catches, a 2nd victory of the season for Andrew Thorpe. He takes 18th position overall, just a second or so ahead of Matt Rosier, with Ted Cooper completing the Classic Stock Catch podium. But there's action still going on there. You've got one of the Golfs way out wide on the runoff area on the exit of Woodcote Corner, trying to get alongside Jason Wood's car there. That, I think, was Peter Grist. And that was for 29th and 30th position in the overall classification. Lee Scott, by the way, finished 4th, the champion. So a solid 4th place finish to him to round off the season in the Demon Tweeks Yokohama Classic Stock Catch Championship. So a bit of a shame that we had the safety car, but there was a bit of an end-of-term feeling to that race, wasn't there, Mark?
It certainly was. It was. There's some mighty scrapping out there, and they want to be doing this again before about April, don't they?
Yes, but they're trying to make sure that they've got enough work to do as possible to keep themselves occupied over the winter months, it would seem. With a few bits of bodywork and more in some cases to be repaired before next season, which will come before you know it. It's I have to say the 2019 season has gone by very quickly indeed. And,
they all do.
Yeah, we've now got another sort of 5 months or so to wait for 2020 to get underway. So I look forward to that.
I find it hard to believe sometimes that I came here for the first time in 1958. Don't remember much of it, but only a couple of months old, but haven't stopped coming yet.
No, absolutely right. So they're working their way around on the slowing down lap at the end of the Royal Purple Hot Hatch and Demon Tweeks Yokohama Classic Stock Catch Championship. That large orange round object in the sky was conspicuous by its absence yesterday here at Silverstone, but certainly making its presence felt and shining on us over the wing.
It has been omnipresent today, hasn't it?
It has. There has been barely a cloud in the sky. It's been absolutely glorious, and if every autumn day was like this, I think we'd all be delighted. Alas, not the case, as yesterday amply demonstrated. So we'll get the cars into the pit lane. Ryan Steele having his first win in Hot Hatch, will be very pleased with that. I think we should hear from Philip Wright, our Class B winner, and David Drinkwater once again, who won Class C as well. And hopefully our leading drivers from Classic Stock Catch, Andrew Thorpe, who took the win, and if we get time we'll have Matt Rosier and Ted Cooper as well. We've still got one more race to come, of course, here at Silverstone this afternoon. It's Steele now heading down the pit lane, I can see from here, and very shortly therefore I'll be able to hand you down once again to Lewis Beals. James Winstanley there waving Ryan Steele into the #1 position for the first time. So let's go down to Lewis.
Thank you very much, Ian. I actually think they were going to be reserved for the stock hatches. But Ryan Steele, he deserves to be parked up against the #1. That was a good run from Ryan in the modified Saxo. And then 63, Phil Wright again from Kings Lynn. That's good news. My neck of the woods, that is. So here we go, here's Ryan. About to receive his garland. We have to get away from the podium because the camera and the microphone don't work. Ryan, ooh, you look hot.
Yeah, that was very hot. Hard driving that car, to be honest with you. I've got no power steering in it.
Well, that's not wrong with that. Yeah, an Ipswich boy, you'll be all right. Yeah, yeah, tractor boy, you should be used to that.
Used to that, mate. You know it.
Good run.
Yeah, it was good. It was a shame to see the two in front go off, but you know, here's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, one in the one car damaged, one in the kiddie litter, but all to the good. So, how many wins have you had this year?
That's the first one, I think. Yeah, the first one.
You can't remember. Oh, well, many congratulations. Anyway, it's a good end to the season then.
Yeah, it is. Glad I came. Thank you very much.
Well done, buddy. Well done. Okay, then we look at we've got to look for Phil Wright. Where's Phil? Here's Class B. Here's Phil Wright. Yeah, we'll keep it in East Anglia, eh?
Yeah, something like that.
So good, obviously, good run.
Yeah, brilliant run. Just couldn't catch Ryan in the end. Give me something to chase, but just couldn't catch him. So it was a good race. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, are you class champion?
No. We've only done the last couple of rounds. Marty Ward's class champion. So
Going to come back and try and take it off in next year?
We're going to do a full season next year, so we'll see what we can do.
Okay, look forward to seeing you. Well done, buddy.
Thank you.
And the Class C winner and our champion, is car number 17. It's David. David Drinkwater again. We said we were going to meet again, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. That was good. I enjoyed that. A little bit of a mix with the safety car and a quick last lap sprint or so. So yeah, it was brilliant.
Yeah. So a good season for yourself. Obviously, you've claimed the Royal Purple Hot Hatch Championship some time ago. So, are you going to move on or going to defend?
Do a bit of this maybe next year, but some Club Enduro and road sports. Got a car for that, so hopefully get out on that. But keep the compact. She's reliable. She does well. She does well against the. She's right on that power to weight ratio, so which is great. So don't know. We'll see.
Okay, Dave. Thanks very much. Well done. Here we got the stock hatch. Are we going 3, 2, 1 or 1, 2, 3? We're going 1, 2, 3. Okay, so number 9, it's Andrew, isn't it?
Me, yeah. Got a much better start than this morning. This morning I didn't see the flag drop, so yeah, I just set off a bit late this morning, but no, made up for it then. Got a brilliant start. By the end of the first lap, just like at Snetterton, I had a really good lead. I thought, make this count, don't make a mistake. Help because I have overheating problems with the car. I need to get the bottom of that over winter, but that assisted me overheating because I could just drive around in 5th gear. And then I just thought, don't make a mistake on the restart. Just stay as close to the Saxo and the Golf as I could do. Obviously, can't overtake until you get over the line. So I was like, Matt was right on me, but yeah, luckily I managed to turn it into to Cops first and convert it to a nice win to end the year.
Thanks very much, Andy. Come on, who's second? That's got to be Matt. Well done, Matt.
Thank you very much. That was a difficult race. I fully expected to see a man in a tuxedo get out of the car in front of me. There was that much oil spray. I don't think I could see anything for half of it, but it was good fun. It was good fun. He drove a really good race. Andy drove a really good race. But yeah, it was good fun. I enjoyed it.
Okay, mate, we got the BMWs about to come up. So last but not least is Ed Cooper. Ed, big smile.
Yeah, it was a race of luck. Good, bad, and other people's misfortune, really. In fact, our champion, he got into the back of one of the back markers of the hot hatch race, and that gave me a place. And, it was just, being in the right place at the right time. Came from, I think, 6th up to 3rd, so I'm pleased with that.
All right, buddy, thanks very much, because we better get going, because at the moment we've got the BMW CCR competitors on track at the moment, so over to you.